10 Cats. Pop Princess, it's Kimberly Walsh. No Kane, no game. It's Russell Kane. And their team captain, Jon Richardson. And facing them tonight, is there a doctor in the house? It's Dr. Christian Jessen. Oh my Josh, it's Josh Widdicombe. And their team captain, Sean Locke. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 1 in 5 Brits has sent a text whilst driving? I'm not condoning it, but we've all done things we regret when we're drunk. 1 in 4 British potatoes are made into chips, as are 2 of the other 3. And the other one. Chips. And 1 in 5 doctors has been attacked by a patient. Yeah? Well, perhaps 1 in 5 doctors shouldn't use gel from the fridge when checking 1 in 5 patients' prostate. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. Tonight, it's our panellists' job to guess the top 3 most unpopular people in Britain. Johnstein, who do you think is up there?
I have an issue with Katie Price.
Kimberly, what was that look?
Because she always comes up on these polls and...
She always comes up on polls, yeah.
No.
Kimberly Walsh, potty mouth. She's got that kind of Marmite thing where people that love her really love her and people that hate her just really can't.
I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle?
I don't really love
Yeah, well, that's
her,
what I was saying.
really
I hadn't finished.
hate
People
her.
either love her or hate her or are indifferent, like Kimberly.
People are bound to hate someone who admits they have no talent, and she said,
Still making lots of money.
the thing I'm best at is taking off my clothes. That's not a skill, is it? And even that implies she can't put them on herself. Just comes out with a dress on her head and shoes on her hands. You go, you've done it wrong again, let's take them off. I can do that bit, actually, thank you.
I think it's actually there's the Jordan thing, who we dislike, and she's on the unpopular list. And then I think there's the Katie Price thing that will pop up on all the popular lists if we did one of those.
His name's not Katie Price, it's Jordan.
Her name was... She's changed. That's another...
That's bollocks, that is. That pisses me off most of all. She's called Jordan, and suddenly she goes, I'm Katie Price. A bit like Noddy going, actually, my name's Derek Grantby. I still drive the little yellow car, wear the hat, but I'm more mature now. The other thing is the tanning thing. Now, a tan can look nice, but she's gone way too far. She's now the colour of a hangover piss, isn't she? It's true. You know this. Some mornings you look down and go, what was I drinking?
But she's incredibly successful. She sells an awful lot of books and
Sorry, she sells a lot of books. A lot of books are sold that have her name on it, that she hasn't seen them before in her life. I reckon she's written about 40 books. And she signs them. That'd be like me just wandering around signing cars and desks. Just signing a baby going, Jon Richardson, I done that, well done.
She's a good mum. She's a good mum, I think.
Well, that's a basic minimum. That you talk to your children and you look after them and you feed them. That's nothing to brag about. Yeah, she doesn't throw her kids into the sea.
He's been a bit mean. She does have it quite hard with Harvey and stuff, and I do think she's good.
She's
good with
defended
him.
Harvey, to be fair, admirably, from the abuse that he has gained since she forced him into the media.
No,
Should we have a look and see whether Katie Price is one of the most unpopular people? She's number 1 on our list of unpopular people. I feel bad for you, Katie, I feel bad. Businesswoman, model, author, TV star. Is there anything Katie Price can do? OK, Sean's team, who else do you think is on our list of the most unpopular people?
Nick Griffin from the BNP.
Tell me more.
It's got that thing kind of, they're taking all our jobs. he hasn't got that issue. No one is going to come over here and take his job. Surely that is the last job an immigrant would want to take, the leader of the BNP.
It would be. They did do an amazing thing last year where, because of European regulations now, anyone can join the BNP. So some people joined it that were from different sort of cultural backgrounds and went, right, we're going to join it. We'll vote. Let's get involved. If enough people joined it and got elected leader, it would be amazing. Hello, I'm the leader of the BNP. What's your name? Mbeki. Yeah, that's true.
The interesting thing about Nick Griffin is that he has a wife. And she said of him, she said, oh, I knew he was a bit, you know, but I thought he'd grow out of it. So, you know, he was a bit right-wing, but, you know, I just thought he'd do it in the loft, sort of, in his retirement.
All the family are involved as well. It's like his children are involved. There's probably a Nana Griffin making the coffee. How'd you take it?
He edited an anti-Semitic newspaper for a while, which I imagine has the easiest crossword of any newspaper in the world. 3 down, 4 letters, starts with J. Can't get it, can't get it.
His problem with the crossword was he was going, oh, I don't like the way these blacks and whites are going next to each other. Can't just still whites, that'd look a lot better, wouldn't it?
People say he's the ugly face of British politics, which is accurate.
Yeah.
He's got the, I'm not sure what the medical term is, but he's got the wob eye, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, basically, he's got one eye going down the shops, the other one coming back with a change, isn't he?
I think one of his eyes could see colour, he didn't like it.
The thing that I never understand is why the BNP are homophobic. I don't know how that fits with their immigrant policy. I'd like to send a really racist gay man in there to confuse him. I hate people of colour, but I love musicals.
They're good on the bins, though. Just saying, they're very good on the bins. You know, getting all the bins done regularly. That's what a lot of people... You get people, they do their campaigning, and people go, yeah, but they've got very good policies on the bins. Yeah. They go, yeah, I know the other stuff, but they are really into regular bin collection, so I am thinking about it. Yeah, no, they are. They're very good. As are Hamas.
2 collections a week, yeah.
Vote Hezbollah if you want cycle lanes.
Move on. Let's have a look and see whether Nick Griffin is one of the most unpopular people in Britain. Yes, Nick Griffin. I wish Nick Griffin would put a sock in it, or the barrel of a shotgun. John, Kimberly, Russell, who else is unpopular in Britain?
I would imagine Rupert Murdoch is still...
It's got to be up there, surely.
I found out this week his real name's Keith. If you were called Keith and people hate you, use Keith. You can't hate Keith. No one's ever hated a Keith. Like, who did that? Keith. Oh, Keith. Typical Keith, that.
So the news hacking thing is the reason he's so unpopular.
I think that's the other reason I'm aware of, really.
The phone hacking, I didn't really get what they were getting off the answer phones. I've never left a secret on someone's answer phone. Just finding, oh, sorry you're not there. I just phoned to tell you that I'm a homosexual. I thought this was the best way to tell you, yeah.
It's quite a revelation even now.
I thought this was the best way to break it, Jimmy.
What sort of messages do you get on your phone, Christians? Are people just going, I can't cross my legs. I can't sit down, doctor.
Dude, just
help!
Just out of interest, what do you make of him? Do you think he's an evil man?
What are your lawyers like on this show?
They're pretty good.
Are they? Yes.
You can sue for evil.
You can't.
You can't sue for evil, no. If you said, what are you in court for? For being evil. There's not actually a crime of being evil.
Yeah, the judge will go, well,
like,
yeah.
I think you're evil.
But people just hate him, don't they? And he's old and he won't die.
He is. You see, the thing, I would hate him more if The Simpsons wasn't around, which I love, and it's got Mr. Burns in it. So I sort of feel he's sort of in my head, he's the same as Mr. Burns, and it's difficult to hate Mr. Burns.
If you'd have done that in the inquiry, just excellent. Acquitted.
I think he was putting the frailness on a bit, though, because we love an old person here, don't we? And I think he'd had a sort of make-under before he went on to look a bit more crusty than he actually is.
Yeah, because I'm sure they say that he goes to the gym every day and stuff.
He goes to the gym every day?
I heard somebody said that.
Yeah, someone goes and finds him and brings him back home.
Just watching people.
Would you go to the same gym as... If there was a guy that looked like Rupert Murdoch in your gym, you'd go, well, I know why he's here.
It would alarm me a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
Just
like he'd
stood at
send
the
his
side
son
watching.
over as well to talk to you. He wouldn't be able to go himself. His son would weasel over and go, excuse me, my daddy, I don't have the information, but my daddy wants to have sex with you.
I can tell you, Rupert Murdoch is not in the top 3. Rupert Murdoch has 6 children. James, Elizabeth, war, famine, pestilence and death. Sean, your team. Who else are the most unpopular people in Britain?
David Cameron. Well, he's Prime Minister. They're usually unpopular,
They
aren't they?
always are, yeah.
What I don't like about Cameron is he's got a little mouth. And his face is too shiny. He looks like the school caretaker's gone over it, one of those big round polishing machines.
It's a bit unfortunate of him now, because he's kind of required to be unpopular. So the Prime Minister is basically professionally unpopular for 5 years, and then we pretend he did it all, and then we get a new one. We don't ever need him to talk, we should just put a poster up of him. And then when something bad happens, just to the news, they cut to it and go, he did it! And we go, wanker! Arsehole. So it's not really his fault he's an arsehole, but he is an arsehole.
Yeah, people give David Cameron a hard time because he's very posh. He went to Eton.
Yeah.
And then he went to Oxford, and now his job is to say, we're all in it together.
Yeah.
Don't think so, dickhead. One of us is probably all right, because one of us has a wife who's worth £30 million, and one of us has just been on a very expensive holiday, despite the fact he's already had 3 foreign holidays this year, and one of us only came back when someone said, it's really hot now, it's all on fire. Would you just come and look at a bit of it and say it's hot for a bit? Oh, baggering bagger.
The only reason he came back was his neighbour's cat was stuck in his shed. That's the real reason. It's nothing to do with the riots. They said, Tiddles is stuck in your shed.
I can tell you, controversially, David Cameron is not in the top 3. Right, figures on buzzers, 1 more to get.
I would imagine there must be a footballer on the list.
Right, who to choose?
Plenty to choose from.
Not gigs.
Rooney.
Yeah.
Rooney people don't like, do they?
Man,
'Cause he's got an ugly head. Now it's a little bit furrier. I think he's going for the teddy bear look.
Because this is the thing with Rooney recently, he had a hair transplant.
Yeah, he said it was itchy. He said it's itchy, and I reckon he's just got to a point where he's had his first idea and he doesn't know what it feels like.
I imagine it's a good idea, though, isn't it? It's like, I might have a Pop-Tart.
What I don't get is he had a hair transplant and then he's shaved his head. It's like getting a loft converted into an attic. It makes no sense to me. And the tweet, it said, it was a picture, and then it said that the caption was, that's my head. As if anyone's going to look at it and go... As Wayne Rooney had his face put onto his knee.
Now, you've gone on record. You had a little hair transplant, didn't you?
I had a hair transplant.
You've had the little... Because you had a thing like me, like a little widow's peak, and then you've gone...
Yeah, I filled it at the
in.
front, yeah.
I quite fancy that.
That's the best thing
Sean's
I
having a little look.
So clever.
Yeah, the front bits,
All right.
you see.
Yeah, I've got no problems in that department. My wife said to me recently, she said, you know, you've got to wear it, you're going to get sunburn, you've got to put some sun cream on that little spot on the top of your head. And I didn't realise. I didn't know. Nobody tells me. Pigeons do, but I can't understand. I go... I'm walking down the street. If I could speak pigeon, they're all going... Look at Baldy!
So
I'll
Christian...
never have a hair transplant, though. It's natural, isn't it? It's just going to go.
I've got a donor card, so when I die, they can remove
leave
my
your hair.
and you can have it, Sean.
I think I'd look ridiculous with my hair and then some sort of curly gold stuff.
What do you think of guys having hair transplants?
I think the good thing about Rooney is he was so open about it that kind
Why
of...
can't they just clone it, though? Why can't they clone hair follicles?
Why can't Rooney put a fucking hat on?
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see if Wayne Rooney's on our list. Yes, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney wears the number 10 shirt, or as he calls it, the stick in the circle. Wayne Rooney recently had a hair transplant. Whilst he was unconscious, surgeons took the opportunity to brush his teeth, clip his nails and weigh him. And then they led a party of local school children into the room to stroke his fur and watch him breathe. So at the end of that round, Sean, Josh and Christian have 1 point. John, Kimberly and Russell have 2. Welcome back to 8 out of 10 Cats. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Christian, Josh, what do you like the look of?
A doctor.
Or the doctor. Will you be crazy not to go for the doctor? OK. Most men care more about their car than their personal health. True or false?
True.
Do you think people care more about their car than their personal health?
Yeah.
Well, you're a doctor. We should go with it.
Well, people only come to a doctor when it's really bad.
Wait till it's fallen off and then they
Yeah,
go.
but if you hear just a little tiny, like a clicking noise in the back of the car, you go, well, I've got to get this fixed, it's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's your hip, you go, nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So what's the longest someone's left it before coming to see you? How bad has someone let it get before they come to see you?
I think my memorable case was a guy who... Here we go. Settle in for this one, guys. Settle in. He went to Thailand on holiday, as you do.
Oh, here we go.
He went to Thailand on holiday, got pissed, very pissed. Oh. Went off with a prostitute. Nothing happened. It was completely, you know, brewer's droop. Nothing worked. So he refused to pay her, because, you know, belligerent, aggressive drunk. Refused to pay her, promptly fell asleep on her bed. Didn't wake up till morning. 3 weeks later, comes to see me, sort of basically peeing blood and really uncomfortable and all the rest of it, and has put it off for a good 3 weeks. The blood started quite quickly. So 3 weeks later, he comes to see me, and he thinks, oh, I've probably got gonorrhea. I give him the standard gonorrhea treatment. It doesn't go away. Anyway, cut a long story short, I send him off for an X-ray, and his bladder contains 15 hairpins. And the prostitute, who was pissed off that he didn't pay, spent the rest of the night with this drunk man passed out, pushing hairpins down his willy into his bladder as punishment. True story. True story.
You've got to finish that with, night-night, children.
Just out of interest, I did this with my doctor recently. I sent her a photo of a thing.
Of a thing?
No, but I had
What was it?
I had a rash on my neck. A little rash on my neck when I was on holiday. So I sent a photo, and she said...
What? You had a little rash? I can understand if your leg was hanging off at the knee.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to send her a photo. Go, do you think that's right? Yeah, go on. So do you get sent... Do people send you pictures?
No, we do. Well, they'll Skype in.
So do you have to meet someone before you diagnose them? Could you diagnose just from a text?
Dodgy ground. You'd never...
Could you make some more noise with your massive fucking shoes?
I think she should be on Embarrassing Bodies with the horse feet. Shit, Doctor, I've got the feet of a Shire horse.
I've got an embarrassing body I wanted to check with you.
It just looks really unmanageable. You should comb it.
Now, I've got like a hole in my chest,
What do you mean you've got a hole in your chest?
but it just keeps going in.
Go on, show us that. What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I'll have a go. I'll have
All
a
right,
look.
well, let's see if... It's like a concaveness.
That's disgusting.
Cheers.
You could lie down and pour beer in it, couldn't you? And then get a straw and drink beer off yourself.
Dr. Christian,
Put nuts in there.
For winter.
Yeah. Or you could, like, get a little, like a gerbil or something, let it make a nest in there.
Can I get the diagnosis? What is the matter with his...
It's called pectus excavatum, because it's an excavated chest.
So someone excavated it?
I bet it was Tony Robinson.
You don't need a doctor, you need a plasterer.
I've got stretchy skin. I don't know if that's normal.
What you've got?
That goes quite far.
You look like something out of the Muppets.
Have you got hyper flexible joints as well?
Yeah, I have.
Can you bend your elbows right back?
I'll bend them right back, but I can do weird sort of...
No, that's just being camp.
What does that mean?
OK, so what do you think men care more about, their cars or their personal health?
Their car.
Their car.
OK. You've said...
I would like
Yeah.
to think health. I think we should stick up for men and we'll say health.
You've said health, you said cars. I can tell you the answer is true. Most men care more about their car than their personal health. Extraordinary. Some men are so obsessed with their cars, it's almost as if they want to have sex with them, which, by the way, would be a stupid thing to do, especially if you haven't let the exhaust pipe cool down and end up losing most of the skin on my penis, their penis. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Best thing about camping?
Camping, some people don't like camping. Some people see it as negative. They see it like as a barbecue you can never escape from. It just goes on all night. No, I quite like it. I like just wandering around the campsite with a toilet roll. Even if I'm not going to go to the toilet. People don't talk to you, they leave you alone. They go, hey, I've seen you... they go, and then they go, right, yeah.
I bought my first tent this year to go to a festival. It was a 2-room tent, which sounds quite roomy, and then you get there. One of the rooms they've given you is the porch. I was going to take 2 rooms on holiday. I wouldn't choose the porch. Choose the bedroom and the toilet. Because I've never woken up at 4 a.m. and thought, I need the porch.
I hate camping. There's nothing good about camping.
You look as if you love camping. You're so rough and ready. You're such a tomboy.
No, but I did camp when I climbed up Kilimanjaro, and it was horrific. I wouldn't recommend it.
Horrific?
Yeah.
Because it was an amazing thing to do. How far up did you... Because you went...
We got to the top, yeah.
You got to
we
the
all
top.
got to the top.
How many days it was?
9 days.
9 days hiking. Wow.
And then sleeping in a lovely tent every night.
Who did you camp with in Kilimanjaro? Who are you with?
Me, Cheryl and Alicia Dixon, all 3 of us.
You,
shared
Cheryl and
a tent.
Alicia in a tent? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. What were you wearing? Did you have a portaloo? Did I have to bring a portaloo?
There wasn't a portaloo, there was a bucket. For the
Did
girls.
you have to use a shiwi?
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't?
It freaked me out.
Did you have one?
Yeah. Fern Cotton brought them. She gave us all shiwis.
What's
but
the
it
shiwi
freaked
again?
me
Explain
out.
the shiwi.
The shiwi is a plastic device
Look at
that a
me.
woman can use to pee standing up.
I think the problem is the name. I think Shiwi puts people off. It should be called Lady Go Anywhere.
OK, best thing about camping? It's a financial thing.
It's cheap.
That's the right answer. I loved camping as a child. What could be more fun than lying in a field at night with just a sheet of canvas between you and your dad giving it to your mum like a steam train? Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Josh and Christian have 2 points, but John, Kimberly and Russell are the winners with 3. Our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. If you want more, tune into 8 out of 10 Cats Uncut on Wednesday. That's it from us. Good night.